So in this video, I'm going to take you through the runner's strength circuit or program. These movements have been picked to ensure that you're getting the maximum return out of the exercises chosen to translate into running. So I'm going to take you through them straight away. They're relatively straightforward, but I'm going to take you through each exercise as a circuit. You can follow me through if you like, otherwise watch and then repeat at your own pace at home. So the first exercise I'm going to do is just a nice simple squat. You can do it to a seat like so, so standing in front of the seat. Make sure you're pushing back through your hips nice and slow on the way down. Tap down and then standing back up, squeezing through the glutes. So we're doing that position there, keeping our back nice and neutral. You don't have to stay up straight, so you can lean forward a little bit like so. Just make sure it's nice and comfortable for your lower back. And we also want to make sure we are avoiding is that our knees aren't coming in towards each other. So we're trying to keep our knees in line with our toes, like so. So a lot of people tell you push your knees out, but don't push your knees out too wide. So just in line with your toes is perfect. Standing back up, again, we're trying to avoid your knees coming in close together like so. Keep them out, squeeze through your glutes. And then the next movement we're going through is a walking lunge or a reverse lunge. I'm going to do a reverse lunge here in this video due to space, but if you've got space at home, feel free to do them walking. It's the exact same technique. You just bring one foot over, step straight into the next lunge position. So a reverse lunge, we're taking a step back with one leg and then coming down into that 90-degree angle, then returning back to the standing position. So we're only going to tap our back knee down towards the ground. Don't let it rest. So tap and reload, pressing through your heel on the front leg. It's about an 80% weight distribution on that front leg as well to make sure that you're using your glutes, hamstrings, the power muscles of running. So if I'm facing you, we're doing that position there, then returning and swapping. What we also want to make sure we're not doing is, again, letting that knee drop across the front. So we're looking for that tram line position, up tall and swap. Again, toes forward, knees forward. Awesome. And then we'd go into a 30 to 60 second plank. Take your pick, but the plank position on the ground, we want nice straight arms, toes. We're pressing our heels back through our body. Our weight is going back through our heels, and we're just going to hold that position there. So we don't have our hips up too high, and we want to avoid having our hips down too low. So a nice neutral position where our shoulders and hips are about the same height. Then obviously it tapers away down to our ankles. The next movement we're going to be doing is, if I remember correctly, an arabesque, which is pretty much a single leg deadlift. It's going to test your balance a little bit. So with this one, we're going to be standing on one leg and the other leg is going to be off the ground, tipping forward nice and slowly, and then returning to the standing position. Tap your foot down, up, like so, and then returning to that starting position. Go nice and slow with those. You just can do mini arabesques if it's a challenge for your balance, but try and work on getting that full range of motion where your leg and your chest being even, and then come back to that standing position. The next movement we'll go through is a split squat, which is where we have one foot on the ground, one foot will be behind us on a chair or support, and then we're just going to do, it's exactly a lunge motion. All this is doing is allowing more weight to be onto that front leg. So we're going down, controlled, and then up, pressing through our heel. Down, controlled, and up, pressing through our heel. We then swap sides. So left leg would be on the ground, right leg would be back onto the chair behind us. Down nice and slow, pressing up, again, squeezing through this front leg. So it's aiming to emulate that running motion. The deeper you go, the harder that movement will be. The next exercise we're doing is a side plank. So in that position there, hips will be up nice and high, hand up nice and tall, like so. We're holding that position for 20 to 40 seconds, take a pick depending on your ability. I'm going to show you that one as well, coming down the center. So it'll be that position there. Should straighten up a bit for you. So you can see that my hips, shoulders and feet are in a nice straight line, making sure that I'm not doing that. So I don't want to create a C shape. I want to create a kind of T or I shape, keeping nice and straight down through that side. Then we'll go into what's called lowers. You can do this off a step if you have one, or a chair. I'm just going to do it to the ground because it does kind of allow a bit more motion, a bit more kind of safety for you guys as well. So one foot planted on the ground, lifting the other up. Now this is only going as far as you can. So it doesn't matter if you can only bend your knee down to that position and then stand back up, that's fine. We're focusing on a really slow and controlled movement as opposed to a depth of movement. So control it is the focus. Slow down, 3, 2, and 1, in position, then 3, 2, 1, standing up tall, squeezing through that glute and hamstring again. So the back of the upper leg and standing up. So that's the speed of the movement there. I'm going to swap to my other leg. So 3, 2, 1, and then standing back up, like so. That one again is focusing on your stability, so the same with the arabesque, but also allowing you to get that strength component as well. That'd wrap up the strength session for you runners. So go through that 2 to 3 times, or even 4 to 5 if you're in the advanced group. Run through it as fast as you can and try and build that strength through your lower limb. Hopefully this one helps, guys. Good work. Cheers.